Hi, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday Wisdom. I'm Melissa Peshka with Essential Life Mastery Coaching and Healing. And today I want to talk to you about harmony. Are we living in harmony? Are we living harmonious lives? Are we harmonious with everything that life gives us? Are our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions living in harmony with one another? Do we have good flow? Living in harmony is balancing all that life gives you and having a good flow with that. So, are you balancing your home, your family, your work, your life, your fun? Are we balancing all of that to have a good flow? If you're not, then you're living in the opposite of harmony, which is conflict. And conflict brings stress, frustration, anxiety. You're just constantly trying to get everything done, and then you're not harmonious in your life. So, how do you live a harmonious life without the conflict? Well, you got to start balancing things out. We all need jobs because we all have bills to pay. We all got things to do to help other people or whatever we do. So, that your job, your responsibility also makes that business, that corporation, whatever you do, flow harmonious as well. So you are a part of that as well. So if you could take that thought around what you do for a living and what your job is, whether you like it or don't, and that's another key to conflict is if you're working in a job you don't like, then you're constantly going to be in a state of conflict at that job because you're not harmonious with what is going on, what you're doing, and time to maybe rethink that career. Also, so how do you do this? So you have to get to work and you have to have a good frame of mind about it, what you're doing, what your job is, whether it be to balance books, make somebody's business books flow, balancing, being in harmony, whether you are a hairstylist, making people feel good and look good, whether you are a nurse, a doctor, what have you. Okay, you got to have harmony in that career, in that job. So that's key number one. If you're a stay-at-home mom, let's say, or dad, you have to have your kids active. You have to have them busy doing things. Otherwise, they're going to be running around like crazy people and constantly trying to get you to do things with them. Have a plan. Have an action plan for the day. Okay, kids, this is what we're going to do today. This is what we're going to do tomorrow. And we're going to have some downtime as well because I need it as well. You may work from home. In these times right now, a lot of parents are working from home with their kids home. You got to kind of maybe, if they're young, you can maybe have them set up some activities for them. Or if they're older, give them a job to do. Listen, you know what? You can have internet for X amount of hours if you go rake the yard or go mow the lawn or, walk the dog, anything. You just have to use your brain a little bit and come up with these ideas to have a harmonious flow in your life. How can you balance workload, family, activities, fun, and still responsibilities? If we all have homes, we have responsibilities. There's jobs to be done. There's chores to be done. There's always something to do when you own a home. Cleaning, whatever. If you're fortunate enough you can outsource some of these things, then by all means do it because that will make your life flow a lot more harmonious and not have conflict of when am I going to be able to do this or how I need to make time to do this. And speaking of making time, I am forever going through sheets of paper because every week I write down a list of things I need to do. Now, I start on Monday morning. Things I need to do. I go through my phone. I look at appointments I have for the week. I write down everything in order of which I would like to do them and what is important to me. So I check off the list of when I do a job. And if I don't have time, then it goes on to the next day. And if I still don't have time, you know what? It goes on the next week because obviously it wasn't that important that needed to get done right at that moment. But I continuously know my life is going to be in harmony because each day I have something planned. And I don't do those for Saturday and Sunday, even though I still work on Saturdays. I don't do those for Saturday and Sunday because I go to work, come home, That's the start of my downtime. If I choose to do something on one of those days, then that's my choice. If it's fun for me and I feel it's a good flow and it's in harmony of what I'm feeling and what I'm doing, then I do it. Otherwise, Sunday to me is a day of rest and family and downtime before I have to regroup and get my body flowing, get my mind flowing for the week ahead. I may sit and plan some things, I may sit and do some things, but again, it's of my choice that I need to do this for myself. You know, the grass will still grow. It'll still be there the next day. And if I cut the back or I cut the front, I don't do it anymore. But if the back gets cut, it gets cut. If the front gets cut one day, it gets cut one day. You have to flow because, folks, tomorrow is never promised. So you have to flow and do the things you have to do when you need to do them. But again, it's your mind. Is your mind telling you, God, I hate going to this job. I don't want to do this. I'd rather just stay home and float in the pool, or I'd rather do this or go play with my kids. We all have things we have to do. Now, your mind may make it feel a lot worse than it actually is. So it's your mind telling you that that stinks, or that's horrible, or that sucks. That's your mind telling you that. Tell your mind something different. I am doing this because each hour I work, I'm making X amount of dollars to be able to pay for this or pay for that. There's a brain transfer. Pivot your brain, change the way you're thinking about things, and it will flow. Okay? And also, if you really do hate that job and you're just stuck there and you're frustrated and you're there physically, but your mind mentally is somewhere else, then maybe it's time that you start prioritizing a thought pattern and a process to change that. Everything is changeable, okay? What you put your mind to, you can do. You can change, okay? And everything that you put your mind to, you also have to have a positive thought pattern behind that. Everything you think about or everything you do starts up there, all right? And then it works its way down out into your hands and what you do, and it all creates an action and a result. So think about what you're doing. Think about your day. Take a daily calendar, a daily diary, even just a regular sheet of paper. Write down all the things you need to do today. Prioritize them. Give them a number. Give them a letter, whatever you do. Prioritize what you have to do today and what you want to do, and live that way. And then everything will flow harmoniously. And give yourself a time frame on what you do. I have to work 8 hours, I'm working 8 hours, and that's it. I'm not staying later, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. Well, unless your boss tells you you have to, then. But you're still making money for it, most of you. So anyway, that is my thoughts on harmony, okay? Living in harmony, living in balance instead of in conflict. Because when you live in conflict, it only leads to upset, to chaos, to frustration. And what happens up there happens down here. It will all manifest into a physical thing where you have a stroke, you have a heart attack, you stress yourself out so bad, you gain weight, you lose weight, you drink too much, you whatever. It all leads to something physically. So don't manifest that conflict into an unhealthy lifestyle. Okay? Again, I wish you all the best. I will be posting this on my Facebook page. If you haven't liked it, please go to it, Essential Life Mastery Coaching and Healing, and like it. I am also on YouTube and LinkedIn. And I also invite you all, if you enjoy these videos, please, I invite you all to join my new group, Thriving Survivors of Emotional and Mental Trauma. And I promise you, you won't be sorry. There's going to be a ton of good insight in there. And all of you, I wish a blessed day and have a good day. Thank you.